Hello you beautiful, beautiful people, welcome back to Forza Horizon 4, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're well. Today, Series 28 drops in Forza Horizon 4, bringing with it a brand new festival playlist, and today we're completing this week's Forzathon challenges, Antiquated Roadshow for 200 Forzathon points and 15% towards that festival playlist. So if you aren't around here, definitely consider subscribing. We just hit the 9,000 subscriber mark. We are now on the push or the rundown to 10,000 subscribers. And let's go complete this week's Forzathon challenges. Couple of things we're going to need before we jump into this week's Forzathon challenges. First up is Lake Lodge. Do you own it? If not, why not? It will double all Forzathon points for all Forzathon activities. Daily Forzathon challenges, weekly Forzathon challenges, which is the ones we're taking on today, and Forzathon lives every hour on the hour. Now this house will set you back 5 million credits, or it is free with the VIP pass, but like I said a couple of weeks ago, it does come with 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Now the next thing you're going to need for this week's Forzathon challenges is a vintage racer. I have tunes available for all of them, so just search my game tag Skippy461 or the file name Skippy YouTube. Now I'm going to be running the 1939 Mercedes-benz W154. The reason for this is this car is actually a reward for completing one of the seasonal championships in this week's festival playlist, the Best or Nothing, as the vintage races are quite expensive at 10 million credits each, so that's one way of getting one for free. For the 1939 Mercedes-benz W154, I'll be running an A-class tune with 4-wheel drive. The share code is on screen now, 183674823. Now we will be taking a look at the Forzathon shop and Horizon backstage at the end of the video, but first we're going to complete this week's Forzathon challenges, Antiquated Roadshow. So Chapter 1, absolutely spiffing, own and drive any vintage racer. Own and drive then, very simple, we do it every single week. Hop outside your festival house or castle, drive 4 seconds down the road, and absolutely spiffing, completed. So with Chapter 1, absolutely spiffing, own and drive any vintage racer completed, it's on to Chapter 2, jolly good show. People would love to see these vintage racers in action, drift past your opponents while racing to earn 2 show-off skills and thrill the crowd. Now for this chapter you can use any race you like, it is entirely up to you, but I'm heading on down to Broadway and we're going to be completing the Broadway Village Scramble. Now the reason we're heading down to the Broadway Village Scramble is because finally we have a week where I can create a cheeky blueprint to make things easier. Yes, we're in the dirt racing series, but it is all on tarmac. We've got 10 laps to give you the most amount of time to get those show-off skills. Just search my gamer tag Skippy4631 or use the share code 100278878. Now the races for the weekly Forzathon challenges are not affected by drive retard difficulty, so there's no reason to make it any harder than it needs to be when going a new racer. Here we go then, show-off skills. Now what you want to do is slide past one of your opponents whilst overtaking them. The first corner is key, so they're going to go slightly straight on. We're going to whip it sideways. Great pass, show-off skill. There we go, that is 1 obtained. Do another lap, sort of stay with the pack as much as you can. So here we go again then, come up to the first corner, sticking with this guy. We're going to get the car sideways, overtake him. Ultimate pass, 1 show-off skill. Jolly good show. Completed. And like I say, there's absolutely no obligation to finish the 10 laps, quite simply quit the race once you have done the challenge. So with Chapter 2, Jolly Good Show completed, earning 2 show-off skills, it's on to Chapter 3, Fortune Favours the Bold. Hold onto your hat and put your foot down to earn a total of 12 stars from speed traps with your vintage racer. Now head on over to your map and filter by speed traps. This just makes them a lot easier to see and find. Now you can use any speed trap you like, it is entirely up to you, but I'm going to be using this one down here, the High Street speed trap located in Broadway with just a 75 mile an hour 1-star target. Now it is 12 stars in total, so you can do 12 runs of 1-star objective, you can do 6 runs of 2-star objective, or 4 runs of 3-star objective, or any combination of the 3, as long as you earn 12 stars in total. Here we go then in the Mercedes W154. Nice big run up to get as much speed as we can through that camera. Now I'm not expecting to get 220 3 stars. I am expecting 2-star objective though, which we are going to get at 170.97. So that is 2 stars. 5 more runs like that and we are good. Second run through the camera at 150.23. That's another 2 stars. And through the camera for a third time at 160, that's another 2 stars. We're halfway there to our 12-star objective. Coming up on our 6th and final run through the camera at 151.06. Another 2 stars. That is all 12 stars collected. Wait for our notification. Fortune favours the bold. Completed. So chapter 3, Fortune favours the bold, completed, earning 12 stars from speed traps. It's on to our 4th and final chapter, Laurel Wreath. Earn 3 podium finishes in Road Racing Series events with your vintage racer. Good luck! Again, for this chapter, heading on over to our map, and this time filtering by the Road Racing Series, again making them easier to see and find. We're heading on over to the Horizon Festival Circuit, where I have another blueprint race. And here is the blueprint in question, called Easy Forzathon, just 0.4 miles in length. Just search my game tag Skippy at 4631, or use the share code 118109-187. All share codes are in description below. Here we go, and this blueprint couldn't be any easier. I think it's genius, if I do say so myself. At the beginning, take a right, take another right, and the finish line is dead ahead. It is that simple, and across the line, first place. Race 2 of 3, again taking an immediate right at the beginning of the race, and then straight on to the finish line. Nice and easy, nice and quick. Of course, you don't have to come first, we just need podium finishes. That is across the line, first place. 3rd and final race to finish off this challenge. An immediate right at the start. Let's whip it to the right again. Get a bit of a slide on. And then straight on to the finish line. And across the line, first place. And there we go. Antiquated Roadshow completed. And after 3 podium finishes in the Road Racing Series, that's Laurel Wreath completed, finishing off this week's Forzathon Challenges Antiquated Roadshow. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Forzathon shop and Horizon backstage. I've got to say, I'm having a bit of a love-hate relationship with this week's Forzathon shop. So the first car for grabs is the 2010 Lexus LFA, 600 Forzathon points. Absolutely love that car. The second car for grabs, which I'm not really a fan of, the 2018 Not So Mini X-Raid John Cooper Works buggy, 350 Forzathon points. We have the damper moat and the Halo car horn, which sounds like this. $75 Forzathon points for each of those. Or if you're feeling lucky and got any spare Forzathon points knocking around, you can grab a normal wheel spin for 40 Forzathon points. Or you can nab yourself a super duper wheel spin for 150 Forzathon points. Like I say, I'm pretty split on these 2 cars. The Lexus LFA is definitely worth 600 Forzathon points, but as it is now in the Forzathon shop, there will be loads of these in the auction house if you don't quite have enough to get this car at this shop. And then the Mini X-Ray, do what you like with it. I don't really like it, so I would say leave it. Save the 350 Forzathon points, but it is personal preference and entirely up to you if you want to pick this car up. Again, with this car being in the shop, there'll be loads of them in the auction house. You could pick one up there if you don't quite have the points stretched to this car. Right, let's go check out Forza Horizon 4's newest feature, Horizon Backstage. It can be accessed through the free roam or through the pause menu and hopping on over to the Cars tab. There it is, Horizon Backstage. Now, every day since this feature was added, we've been voting for cars to come to the Horizon Backstage. We have the 1999 Lotus Elise Series 1 Sport 190, the 509 XX Evo offered up from Ferrari, the 2005 Hot Wheels Ford Mustang, the 1965 Hoonigan Ford Mustang Gymkhana 10, the 1970s Porsche 917-6, the Honda Civic Type R 2018, the 1994 Nissan Fairlady Z, and the 2001 PVR Tuscan S. Now, in regards to the voting, today is no different. We have 2 new cars in Horizon Backstage, the Pontiac GTO 65 up against the Mercedes-Benz W154 SL. Let me know in the comments which one you've voted for. The only difference with today's vote is that we now have a 6-day timer, not a 24-hour timer. So with every season change, every brand new festival players, we have 2 new cars to vote for in Horizon Backstage. All I have to do now is cast my vote. I am going to go for the Pontiac GTO. I think it is the slightly rarer car and the slightly better car. I like the Mercedes-Benz W154 SL. I just don't want to vote for it. So we're going to go for the Pontiac GTO. 45% of players voted for the Pontiac GTO 65. What do you guys know that I don't? So there we go, that's this week's Forzathon challenges, this week's Forzathon shop and Horizon Backstage. We've grabbed 200 Forzathon points and 15% towards that brand new summer season for Series 28. If you have any questions about this week's Forzathon challenges or the Horizon backstage, do hit me up in the comments. I do my best to help you out. If you are new around here, definitely consider subscribing. We do this every single week. We'll also be playing through the rest of the festival players in the next couple of days. We're also very close to 10,000 subscribers. We are just 1,000 subscribers away from that 10k. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and have an awesome day.